Hi, boys and girls. Today, I'm going to read chapter 3 to you. And there's a special, special dog in chapter 3. Special type of breed, I think, because I have a couple of that breed of dog. And this is one of them, Harper. She's a Cocker Spaniel. So I want you to listen today in chapter 3. Listen for the character of the new character of the dog on the farm, and it's a Cocker Spaniel. Maybe make some predictions. What color of Cocker Spaniel do you think it is? This is Harper. She's black and white. Obviously, you can see that. And in my one of the parts of my video, you get to see my other Cocker Spaniel, Hope. So, anyways, I wanted Harper to say hi to you guys. Say hi, Harper. Okay. So we are gonna start on, and yes, as you can see, I have my favorite blankie. I've had some really great comments from some students that they like snuggling up to their blanket to listen to the story. So we're gonna continue that. So I have my favorite blanket that says, that my mom made for me. It says, I love dogs. And I also have this morning, I actually have some warm tea this morning. So get yourself a drink and a blanket, or even just a blanket or just a drink, and cozy up. You can put your headphones on even so that you're not disturbing your parents or other people in your house. And then you can just listen, and your parents can go off and do their own little thing for a few minutes while we read together this morning, okay? Or this afternoon, depending, or before bed. I don't know when you're watching the video. I'm today making this video in the morning, so hey. And I'm gonna apologize because I might have to stop and one of my dogs might start whining or I might have to. My door's closed here, so I have some quiet space to do this, so I might have to stop for a second. Now, this video is going to be in 3 parts, or 3 or 2 parts, okay? So check on the YouTube video how many parts there are to chapter 3, and that you are watching them in the correct order, okay? So this is chapter 3, Escape. Oh, goodness, I forgot my glasses. Sorry, guys. The barn was very large. It was very old. It smelled of hay, and it smelled of manure. It smelled of perspiration, of tired horses, and the wonderful sweet breath of patient cows. It often had a sort of peaceful smell, as though nothing bad could happen ever again in the world. It smelled of grain and of harness dressing, and of axle grease, and of rubber boots, and of new rope. And whenever the cat was given a fish head to eat, the barn would smell of fish, but mostly it smelled of hay, for there was always hay in the great loft up overhead. And there was always hay being pitched down to the cows and the horses and the sheep. The barn was pleasantly warm in winter when the animals spent most of their time indoors. And it was pleasantly cool in summer when the big doors stood wide open to the breeze. The barn had stalls on the main floor for the work horses, tie-ups on the main floor for the cows, a sheepfold down below for the sheep, a pig pen down below for Wilbur. And it was full of all sorts of things that you find in barns: ladders, grindstones, pitchforks, monkey wrenches, scythes, lawn mowers, snow shovels, axe handles, milk pails, water buckets, empty grain sacks, and rusty rat traps. It was the kind of barn that swallows like to build their nests in. It was the kind of barn that children like to play in. And the whole thing was owned by Fern's uncle, Mr. Homer L. Zuckerman. Wilbur's new home was in the lower part of the barn, directly underneath the cows. Mr. Zuckerman knew that the manure pile is a good place to keep a young pig. Pigs need warmth. and it was warm and comfortable down there in the barn cellar on the south side. Fern came almost every day to visit him. She found an old milk stool that had been discarded, and she placed the stool in the sheepfold next to Wilbur's pen. Here she sat quietly during the long afternoons, thinking and listening and watching Wilbur. The sheep soon got to know her and trust her. So did the geese, who lived with the sheep. All the animals trusted her. She was so quiet and friendly. Mr. Zuckerman did not allow her to take Wilbur out, and he did not allow... I'm just going to show you the pictures before I switch to the next. Because I always like to share the pictures with you guys, right? And he did not allow her to get into the pig pen. But he told Fern that she could sit on the stool and watch Wilbur as long as she wanted to. It made her happy just to be near the pig. And it made Wilbur happy to know that she was sitting there right outside his pen. But he never had any fun, no walks, no rides, no swims. One afternoon in June, when Wilbur was almost 2 months old, he wandered out into his small yard outside the barn. Fern had not arrived for her usual visit. Fern stood in the sun feeling lonely and bored. Okay, I'm going to stop there, boys and girls, just because the sound quality of the videos hasn't been so great after a certain amount of minutes. And I will see you for part 2 of chapter 3. So check out the next video.